Hey, hey, hey. This is Michelle and Stephanie going live. We're going to get people a few minutes to get in here. Get in here, get in here, get in here. My friends, get in here. Okay. I'm going to find my Facebook Live part so I can answer to that. All right. Mm-hmm.
Your Facebook what?
Facebook Live. The other like I have two screens going on.
Oh,
Yeah. I
righty.
got two screens going on. Come on, y'all. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here as we talk about the holiday blues. Let me go to my
Hmm.
event. Okay. I don't see it yet. Did it pop up on your screen yet?
What, dear?
The live.
Yeah.
Okay. It hasn't popped
Mm-hmm.
up on mine yet. Um, duh. I didn't click it.
Oh,
There we are. I see us. I see us. I see us. We are live. Come on
yes,
in
we
here.
are.
We are live. I didn't click it. There we go.
Happy Tuesday.
I know, right? Happy
Yes.
Tuesday. Thank you guys for joining us. Come on in. It looks like we have three people watching. Let us know when you jump in. Please let us know when you get in here so we can know who we have joining us. Please wave, let us know. Please like and share. Um, please invite your friends, start a watch party, whatever it is you need to do. Please let's get that done. Let's get that done. I'll put this up here. Okay. All right. I don't see anybody yet. Nobody has popped. Oh, okay. I see. Hey, Mom. Hey, Jasmine. And we got other people watching, but I'm not able to see who they are. So please let us know that you're on. Um, I'm not able to see everybody that's on. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We're going to be talking about the holiday blues. Hey, Christine Conway. Hey, Pam. Hey, Rosalind. Um, Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining us. Stephanie and I are going to be talking about the holiday blues. We did have someone to come up with a topic, but we're going to do that next time because it's really important for us to do holiday blues since we are
Yes.
coming up on the holidays, and talking to everyone about how to deal with that. All right,
Mhm.
come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Like, share. If you're on YouTube, click the notification. Hey, Derek Robinson, he's watching. How are you? It's one of my bike riding buddies. Thank you for watching. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We have a good topic today. I think all of our topics are good, but we have a good
Yeah, I
topic
do too.
today. We have a really good topic today about holiday blues, and we just want to share. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. Invite your friends, share, 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 start a watch party. Let's go. Let's get it. So, Stephanie, today, thank you guys for chiming in. Welcome to Heads Up Mental Clarity. I am Michelle Berg, and this is Stephanie.
Stephanie Stevens McCain. Hello. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm so excited to be here on this November 10th.
Yeah,
November 10th evening. It's dark outside.
it is. It is. And it is pouring
It's super
raining in
dark.
Chicago.
Is it? Oh.
Thunder and lightning raining in Chicago. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
it
it's
is.
just dark here and had clients coming in with shorts on, so it must be really warm out there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. It was nice today here in Chicago. Welcome to Chicago and our weather. We don't know what it's going to be. We don't know what season we're going to get. We really don't. We don't know what season we're going to get, but we are
It's the
happy and
right
blessed.
one. That's
Yeah,
right. Whatever season is the one
whatever.
you're supposed
It's the
to
one
right.
we're supposed to have. So plants and the trees and the earth need food too, so it's got to rain.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
today we're going to be talking about holiday blues, and the title of this is Holiday Blues. Yikes! Hi, King Red. Thank you for chiming in with us, joining us. Um, so yes, the title is Holiday Blues. Yikes! And what to do? Like, what is it? Where does it come from? What are some triggers for holiday blues? You guys might notice that a lot of times there are things that we talk about pretty much surround depression and anxiety, right? 'Cause that
Yeah.
could be that's the basis for a lot of things that's going on. But the holiday blues, not everybody is happy or want to see holidays. We want to see
Yeah.
holidays because um, we get time off work or we get to spend time with our families and gathering. And it wasn't until I became a little older in my adult life, hey Monet, it wasn't until then that I realized not everybody's having a good time over
Right.
these holidays. Not everyone is having a good time. And so we wanted to do a segment on holiday blues and how to deal with those because we do realize that not everyone is excited about the holidays coming. Yeah.
I'm going to share a brief story. So I grew up with my uncle. We grew up together, almost like siblings. And so, of course, his parents were my grandparents. And so I thought Christmas was amazing. I grew up a large portion, well, a small, whatever, a big portion of my childhood as a Jehovah Witness. So Christmas, like, was one of those forbidden holidays that we could celebrate. But my grandmother, my mother's mother, did not care. She was like, she just didn't care. So Christmas was a holiday, and I was always over there at Christmas. Like, she was like, y'all can go somewhere else, but that one there will be with us at Christmas. So consequently, as Michelle knows, Christmas is like one of my favorite holidays, and it's not for the gifts. I like to transform my entire home into this winter wonderland. So one year, the uncle that I'm speaking of, he's deceased right now. He lived with us in Chicago. And so, I had on all of my grandmother's old Christmas music and BB King stuff and Nat King Cole. And I just was like, just reminiscing and having on. And he was just like, I hate Christmas.
Wow.
What? How is that possible? We grew up in the same space.
Right.
And he hated Christmas this whole time. I had no idea. We would put the stuff on the tree together. We would put the tinsels all around the basement together. And he hated Christmas.
Mm.
So that was an eye opener for me to understand that holidays are not wonderful and great. And it's not just because someone has lost a loved one or whatever. It's some people, the holiday is just not a fun
Mhm.
experience for them for whatever reason. And it can be someone that is raised in the same house as you are, and they're not having the same experience. That was
Yeah.
just a huge eye opener for me when I learned that. I was just like, what? I was scared. I had to turn my little music down where I would get up in the morning blasting Donny Hathaway, and now I started feeling bad. Like, is Tracy still here?
Right. They can leave to go out to the store or something.
Have you left for work yet?
Yeah.
It was an interesting experience. So that was my first encounter about 2007, 2006, when I really realized that this is not everybody's fun time. And it doesn't have to do with losing a family member anyway. Some people do not enjoy the holidays, that it really is distressful for them.
It is, and it can be really stressful. There's several reasons why the holidays can be stressful for people. If you know some reasons, drop them in the comment. Drop them in the comment. But specifically, I know that Thanksgiving is coming up, but specifically Christmas
Mm-hmm.
is really hard for people because they don't have, maybe they feel pressured as far as money is concerned. because the focus has not been on the right thing sometimes, and not necessarily with the person, but maybe the people around them. Some people love, 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 love Black Friday. They're shopping for Christmas.
Right.
I don't necessarily love Black Friday. They're shopping for Christmas and things like that. And other people may not have the finances and do not like the pressure of having to shop.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else will shop. You know, it took me a long time to be okay. I have a large family, right? And you start buying things. And so you buy for this one, and then you need to buy for that one, and then you need to buy for that one. And it took a long time for me to understand that I didn't have the finances to do that. And that did not mean that I loved anybody anymore because I bought a big, nice gift, or I loved anybody any less because I didn't buy them anything. And so I loved how we started to do Christmas after a while, and you know, with our family. But it took a while because you're trying to keep, you know, I don't want a gift because I don't know what the expectation is, and I can't buy you what you bought me, and I didn't want it to be about that. And so a lot of times it's lack of money or the pressure to spend money. And maybe the person
Yeah.
has the money, but they don't
Yeah.
want to spend it that way. But the pressure to do that
Right.
is awful. And so they don't like it for that reason. Um, Peer pressure, you guys, is real. Hey,
It
Rotisha.
is real, even as grown-ups.
Yes, Lisa. I was going to say, even as grown-ups, peer pressure is real, you know, and so, and not because somebody said, oh, you need to do this or you need to do that, but you have to get settled within yourself that this is what I'm doing, this is what I can and cannot do. But everybody's not at that point yet, or there is a level of expectation.
There is, yeah.
There is a level of expectation, and so the person is just, you know, I can't meet that expectation, and so I don't like it. And that's just one of the things for the Christmas season. I don't like Black Friday because I think it's unnecessary money being spent, and there's pressure there to do that too. um you know, and it's got to be a necessity because I don't like the crowd either. I'm not going in the crowd, but it's got to
And
be a
and
necessity
she's go ahead.
for me to do it. Go ahead.
And so yeah, and so I say I was gonna cut in is because people say, well, it's got to be necessary something out there, and it's not that you're purchasing it for the gifts for Christmas. People are taking advantage. Not everybody, so I
Right,
don't
right,
want to
right,
do
right.
my presumption. But is it something out there for me, a sale or a steal for me to go in and get these
Yes.
bargains? And Christmas shopping, pretty much for me, at least for my kids and my grandkids, is kind of almost done by the end of September.
Mhm.
So in October, maybe, especially lately, October. But you already have in my brain what I'm doing, and then to have that Black Friday, to have that pressure to grab deals and miss that my friend Jerome just introduced me to a concept called FOMO, fear of missing out. And I was just like, I think that is what provokes a lot of our
Ooh,
holiday
that's really
shopping.
good.
And I know.
I'm gonna talk to you off camera because that's good for another reason. But that's really good. Fear of missing
Yeah,
out. We would
fear
call
of
it
missing out.
when I was with this company, we call it fear of loss, thinking you're losing something, but fear of missing
Mhm.
out. Yes.
Yeah, FOMO. I was like, I like that. I don't know if it's clinical or not. I think it is, but we'll find out. But
Yeah.
I think also that's the hype during the holidays too, is that
Mhm.
fear of missing out. Let's talk about me, who has lived away from home for almost 20 something years. That fear of and Michelle, I would talk to you about it, not going home. Should I go home? Should I not go home? Should I go home? Should I
Mhm.
not go home? Should I go
Mhm.
home? Should I not go home? The fear of missing out, fear that I'm gonna miss something if I don't
Yeah.
go, or that everybody's together and I'm not there. Is a
Yeah.
big stressor too
The other
for the
thing,
holiday.
lack of time. So when you talk
Yeah.
about going to families, well, what about you have split families? So should we go to this side?
Mhm.
Go to that side? How we? I
Yeah.
mean, always been able to kind of regulate that. We're going here on this day and going here on that day, but it's like
Yes.
even
It's a
when we lived
stressor.
even when we lived out of the state and coming back, it's like, well, who do we visit and who do we spend time with on that day? And so, I mean, we had it worked out, but a lot of families don't have that worked out, and that's a big stress
It's a
for
source of
them.
contention. Yeah,
Yes.
it is. It
Yes.
is.
Lisa is my sister-in-law, and she says, sadly, expectation is a big reason why many people decide to hibernate and shut off family and friends during that time.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Because
And give her, and so what I want to give you, we haven't even gotten to solutions yet, but I just want to say this. Give yourself permission to honor your yes.
yes.
I know that's big and it is not easy. As you know, I know that's why we do what we do because teaching people to honor their yes is a big part of what we do. Finding your yes and then honoring
Ab-
it is a big part of what we do. And it's not easy, but it is the beginning of healing and
yes.
trying to get past holiday grief and stress is being able to regulate and say, what do I really want? Can I
Mhm.
ask for it or honor it? And how
Mhm.
can I honor it? And then stand strong when family and friends
Boundaries.
make me feel bad because
Mhm.
I need to be okay with the choices that I'm making for my life right now. God will, we got many other holiday times next year. This year, I'm choosing me,
Right.
whatever that is,
Yeah,
whatever.
and that's just part of kind of creating boundaries and understand that when you create boundaries for your life, somebody's going to be upset about it because when you create
Mm-hmm.
boundaries, that means you're making a stance. That means they have to do something different because you're not doing the same thing that you used to do in life, and that
Done.
something different might be that they have to accept that you're not coming this year or whatever the case
Yes,
may be, or you're not doing
yes,
this or
yes.
whatever it is. And we don't like change ordinarily, and
Or people clients talk about, well, I don't want to be the butthole of the family. I don't want to be the one that's the jerk or the Grinch. I don't want to be the one, but I don't want to go there. But I don't want to be, so it's that pressure of I don't
yeah.
want to be the one that's the bad guy. I don't want to bring the family down. And the reality is that that's an illusion too, because
Mhm.
I have never known, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I've never known somebody decide to honor their desire to not be with their families for whatever reason, and the family sits around during that holiday wishing that that person was there.
Right. They miss you in the beginning and then they
And
move
let's
on.
not, and please send us a notice. I mean, tell me a story if that's happened. But most of the time, they want to give you a hard time that you're not there. But then when you don't show up, they still go ahead and do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that is and why we do it, but
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know, so
Um,
that
and I particularly love the holidays and because it's for us, it's never been about it's more about us for me anyway, and my family is more about us getting together. So this will be a
mhm.
really not so I'm gonna breathe on that because we've decided not to gather for Thanksgiving for obvious reasons, like my mom has three kids and the three of us have kids and then they have kids and we all of us come together in her household and it's just a safe decision to make for us to do things in our own humble abodes and so we understand it, but I'm gonna miss it because we all look forward to that time. Hey Stacy, hey Adriana. So lack of time, lack of money, a couple of reasons that some people don't like the pressures of giving gifts. I'm looking at my notes here, and I've said all of that. Family gatherings for some may be really, really great, but let's just face it. In some families, there's a lot of dysfunction and
Yes.
tension, and bringing everybody together only makes it worse for some people.
Mm.
And so we have to,
Unresolved,
um,
unresolved
yes, yes,
alcoholism or addiction, period.
addiction period.
People, trying to manage who's going to be, sober, not sober. That's
Yeah.
a big deal and get family gatherings and holiday time.
And a lot
Hmm.
of times we get pressured into, if you will, bullied into, pressured into things because that's just the way it's been. And
Yes.
people don't want to accept the change. But You have to do what's going to be best for your life. Um, Going into debt. People go into debt over the holidays and no,
Even get evictions.
yes, I was gonna say, and don't pay bills and rent where they stay or mortgage or whatever. And you say, well, if you don't want to do it, then why do you do it? Well, that's a great question. But a lot of times people don't want to do it, but they do it anyway. And they
Yes,
know
they
it's
do.
gonna lead to, but they do it anyway because the pressure is so great.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was something that I looked. Thank you so much, Stacy, for sharing my video, sharing our live. Lisa said dysfunctional families make holidays depressing. Yes.
Yeah.
But you got to create your own normal. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to be depressing. You have to create your own normal and be
And you
okay.
don't have to be involved in the dysfunction. You can be in family. You
Mhm.
probably need to start with your therapist 6 weeks prior so you can learn to have the language and learn how to, be mindful in the moment, take breaths, and do the things that you need to do so that you can
Right.
enjoy the loved ones that you want to enjoy, and then you know, leave when the other, there's strategies you can use, but it does
Mhm.
create depression, and it creates this yucky experience or energy called avoidance, which
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
not a good space that
Mhm.
people find themselves in during the holiday times. They're avoiding something or somebody.
Right.
Um, and whenever you're not able to live in your true self, that is depression, Lisa. You're right. It's like,
Yeah.
it does, it is a form of depression.
Right. I think about, I want to interject this because I just thought just came to me how when the kids come back to school and you're like, oh my God, how was your holiday? It was so great. And everybody got to share a story. And there is a little Johnny or a little Susie who
Always.
don't have a pleasant story to share.
Or is it Jehovah Witness?
Or yeah, and they don't celebrate for whatever reason, or there's abuse going on. They're not happy to be at home, first of all, during that break. They
Yeah.
want to be in school because that's their safe
That's
haven.
so good.
That's their
Yes.
safe haven. They want to be at school. They want to be with Miss So and so because she's the nicest adult to
Yes.
them. And
Yes.
so they don't, not everybody enjoys it, and so that goes for children too. And you guys
That's
might
really
notice
good.
anytime we talk about anything, we include children because they are little people
Hmm. They are.
and
They
they have
are.
the experiences that we have.
They're us. I was a children.
Yes. Yes.
I was a children, and if my parents may have had this little bit of insight, things may have been a little different. So that's the
Mhm.
hope when we do these videos, is that
Yes.
the next
You learn
children
different, you do
have a
different.
different experience. Yeah.
When you learn different, you do different. Some of the reasons, some of why do we experience some holiday blues, and some of the other reasons, loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
There's some lonely person that lives by themselves that maybe don't have family, maybe don't have friends, or maybe thought it best not to be around the dysfunctional, whatever the case may be. But there are people out there who are alone, and the holiday season makes it feel lonelier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though you turn on the TV during the holiday time, everybody's got family and together, and
And that's not
hmm
everybody's story.
that is not everybody's story.
A lot of times, sometimes people have lack of social connection. So they don't have social connections. You know,
Mhm.
one of the things, and of course, we won't be doing that this year. Um, the way that we're used to doing it is one of the things is that we didn't eat for Thanksgiving until we serviced someone else.
Mhm.
So we went out and we delivered dinners or whatever we did. And that can happen just in a different way this year. Maybe fix someone that you know. Because a lot of times we go out and we feed strangers and things like that when we do those types of things, homeless and things like that. And now we can't really like gather and have them to come in buildings and things like that. But there's still ways to get that done. And I still believe that, like, if you are blessed enough to have a meal, then you need to bless somebody else. Yeah. But so lack of social connection, or We talked about pressures to participate. We talked about financial issues, negative holiday experiences.
Mhm.
I'm big on birthdays and things like that. And I had a friend like, "Oh, what are you gonna do for your birthday? Oh, let's celebrate your birthday." And he was like, "I hate birthdays." And I was like,
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
"How? How do you hate birthdays? Like you were born. Like that's a celebration, you know?"
Thanks a lot. We don't know
Yep.
his experience.
My
Yeah.
friend, we don't. My friend had a 12th birthday that was horrible.
Mm.
Carried that into adulthood. I'm good on birthdays.
Mm. Mm.
Right? So we might think like, "Oh my god, how could you not like celebrate
Right.
everything?" And yeah, well,
Right.
some people it's not. But having negative experiences, I even put in our description, or suffering some type of trauma around holidays.
Yes.
If I suffer
Mhm.
trauma around holidays, I'm not gonna be all bliss and in the spirit. Like, no. It's gonna be a
Mhm.
reminder of
Mhm.
whatever the trauma was.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um And then, of course, the obvious one is the grieving. People lose loved
Yeah.
ones, whether it's around the season or not. They don't want to celebrate without them. They have really great fond memories. Now they gotta
Oh.
change the story. Now they gotta create new memories. Stacy, I'm sorry to hear that. Exactly. I lost my dad on Christmas. Sorry to hear that. Some people,
Mhm.
it's not the same. They're not trying. It just reminds them of the loss and not.
Right.
Even though like the times were good when they were here, it's still just your brain, your heart goes back to the loss because the person's no
The
longer.
memories that,
Mhm.
yeah, that the body, the brain, the brain remembers the
Mhm.
experience, the feeling.
Yes.
And so then when it's gone, the body is like, I want to feel that feeling, especially if it was a good feeling. I want to feel that feeling. And that's where grief comes in, is that I can't feel that feeling. I
Mhm.
want that feeling. And you can feel that feeling, and if we can give you permission, you can feel the feeling of joy and peace and memories. It's okay to remember the good stuff and to have a good time and to cry and sit and have the experience, but it's the body wants to feel that fun, that feeling, and the
Yeah.
memories, smells, and all that. The body is like,
Mhm.
hey, what's up? So yeah, grief is hard around the holidays, and losing a love is hard.
Oftentimes, we'll ask a client to share a really good, heartfelt memory that makes you feel good. You know,
Mhm.
when
Mhm.
people, try and come up with some way to honor the person, right?
Yes.
But because we miss them and we miss their presence, but we also don't want, we struggle because we don't want to let their memory die either, and we don't, and it doesn't have to go away, and so we can create that. We can, and it's not easy. So as I say this, I want you to understand, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, all you need to do is no, because it's
Right.
not
Right.
easy, it's a process, but continuing to work on and focus on um, how you can honor that person in a good way and what were some of your good memories. And like you said, give yourself permission to feel those things.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
and the awareness, just having the awareness. A lot of times, the things that we talk about on this program is not easy. That's why we do what we do, because people can't just decide one day I'm gonna be okay. Um, there's
Right.
processes that help the brain do things a little bit faster. But
Mhm.
I think the awareness, like just say just the awareness of, I have family members who I know right now are I have even started my own process of how I'm going to be dealing with the holidays, based on certain loved ones that have transitioned this year, in our family, how what that's going to mean for me. And I think having telling stories, the best stories that you can tell, or the greatest memories that you can tell, is a great way to do it. But one of the things you don't want to do is try to avoid having a conversation about it.
Right.
The elephant in the room type deal. It's okay if we can do anything but give you permission to have a dialogue or to say, I miss so and so. Boy, do I miss you.
Yeah.
And let your body have that experience.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, my mom just said like we celebrate my mom. So my mom and her siblings celebrate every year my grandmother's birthday by getting together themselves and
mm,
having
oh,
dinner,
that's so
just have such
good.
a good time. And they talk about the good old days and just the thing and just the things that she would say, some of the sayings that she would say, and some of the things that she stood for. And it's just really a good time. Um,
Yeah.
Ellis is really a good time to just watch them when I'm privileged to be there, because again, it is the siblings and not the grandchildren. So it is my mom
Right.
and her siblings together, and it's really a good time for them because they get to be together with each other first of all, and then they get to reminisce about her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother was a special kind of lady. Like I think the maddest I've ever saw her in the worst she's ever said, for me anyway, is you just don't think fat meat's greasy. But that's it. Like I never knew her to be overly angry or just always bringing people together, even at her homegoing, bringing people together because she had it laid out what she want and how it was going to be, and that was that, and nobody was changing it, and you could do nothing but um, because of the way it was done, you could do nothing but have really good memories and laughter. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
if there was a dry, if there was, uh, the tears were happy tears. There weren't tears of, feeling like, oh my God, we lost her. It was all happy the way she had it set up. That was the effect she had. So watching them honor her and her memory is really good. So you can do it in that way. Now, granted, we understand, like we said, it's not always easy, especially when it's really fresh.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, depending on the circumstances of, someone passing away. Yeah, so it's not always easy and how fresh it is and things like that. Um, so Steph, why don't you talk a little bit about like what you have for how we can manage these holidays? What are some things that we can do?
Um, Well, we already talked about finding a way to honor the memories of the person.
Mhm.
Allow yourself to feel the range of emotions, meaning that you heard me say earlier that I've already started preparing myself for the mental aspect of what this is going to mean for me, what with mean for my parents, mean for me, for my cousins. Started to think about what this is going to mean. How am I going to choose to celebrate this experience? Like, how am I going to choose to celebrate the person that's not going to be here with us on the holidays? And holidays are pretty big. First one, which was a little the anyway, so you can prepare for that and you can start
Right,
to have a dialogue with yourself and journal what you feel, even if writing if we're talking about the grief part, you can write your loved ones a letter, which is always really good if you don't mind writing.
mhm,
And just share your experience about missing them, or what you plan to do and how fun it's going to be.
mhm.
Um, Another thing for helping with holiday blues is also going back to self-care. Definitely, if it's not some type of grief and you just don't want to be with family, give yourself permission to get your favorite food and turn on your favorite
Right,
music, do a bubble bath, do whatever is fun for you. Buy yourself a Christmas present if it's Christmas and wrap it for yourself. And if you don't want to celebrate Christmas, just do something for you.
right,
um got these cool Airbnbs now where people have pools and things like that. I don't know what it's like for COVID, but given my best case scenario, if I didn't want to be at home for family, I probably would go somewhere that had a pool. My state, Nevada or Arizona for me. And I would probably go away for 2 or 3 days with somewhere with a pool and just chill out. Biggest thing is giving yourself permission to choose you.
yeah,
One of the suggestions is to plan ahead. I always say Christmas or Thanksgiving comes the same time every year.
Mm.
Um, Let me see what else.
And understand
Create.
that these blues, and we talked about SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and
Mhm.
depression during these times, so that can add to it. So don't be caught off guard.
Right, right. Create new traditions.
Mhm. That's
Michelle
good.
already spoke of doing something kind for others.
Mhm.
And then always ask for help. Oh my God, that should be in big red bold letters. If we were technically savvy right now, it would be like red
Going across the screen,
neon lights
right?
going on right there. Ask for help, ask for help, ask for help. And I am not talking about reaching out to your therapist. I'm saying reaching out to your friends. Tell somebody, I am not feeling this. I am angry or I am upset or I'm feeling sad or I just don't feel right. Or, hey, can I just come hang out over there? But don't talk to me. I just want to chill. Like you
Mhm.
ask for help and let the people around you help you. And I know that that's one of the hardest things to be vulnerable. It's probably why it's at the bottom of the list. Um, but asking for help and vulnerability is one of the greatest things that all of us can do
Mhm.
when we're feeling sad or feeling avoidant, when we don't want to have an experience.
Right.
Is to just say that, just ask for what you want and don't worry about whether you get what you want, but just the whole process of asking will promote different ideas of where you can go and what you can do so you can feel better. But holiday blues, the biggest thing is just like this, the seasonal depression or seasonal affect disorder that we talked about, is making a choice to be happy, almost like searching it out. Like I gotta
Mhm.
find my happy, whatever that
Mhm.
is, and then give yourself permission. If it's a a fun pumpkin drink to make you
Right.
feel better, then get the pumpkin drink and we'll worry about the calories later. Like,
Right. Right.
um, it's really about saying yes to yourself, um, and not things that are going to exasperate your condition. So if you have a drinking problem and you're having the blues, I definitely do not suggest that you drink
Right.
because that
Right. Thank
exacerbates
you for
it.
clarifying that. It's like, just do what you want. No.
I'm
And
not
we talked
encouraging
about
that.
asking for help, and so let me just say this too, because the private practice that I'm working with, we specialize in that, and so if needing help, and yeah, see your therapist if that's the route you feel like you're getting ready to go down and you already have a drinking problem. That's the help
Mhm.
you can ask for. Yeah, but absolutely, we don't, please, no, we're therapists. We're not condoning that you do things that are going to be more harmful to you.
Yeah, yeah, but I am saying to love. I don't want to say that
Mhm.
if you're not doing, you're not loving yourself, because that's just this new fad thing that people say. But choose you, whatever that is, and giving yourself so much permission. On a bad day, do good for you, I guess
Right.
is what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
Whenever you're not feeling great, then do something great for you. Like
yeah.
choose you when things are not okay. And I know it's opposite. We don't see that on TV. People sit in their stuff and they sulk, and then they call people,
Mhm.
and then they just kind of keep that energy going forward. And you want to change the momentum of the blues. And so, how do I change the momentum? I got to go in another direction, and
Mhm.
create a vortex of energy that will send you in a space to give you what you want. But it
Yeah,
is definitely a choice, people.
yeah.
We get to choose that. Like,
And
and
this, you
it's
gotta be
not
intentional. You gotta
that you
plan for it,
have
like
to.
you said, and
Yes.
be intentional about it. Be aware and be intentional. That if that means getting up and getting your day started with some happy, whatever that is, outside of something that's gonna harm you, whatever that is,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be intentional about doing that.
Mm-hmm. Be intentional and be okay with the fact that I don't feel good. I don't
Mhm.
feel good and I'm going to love on myself today, or I don't feel good and I'm going to stay in the house and I'm going to chill out today and I'm going to eat something yummy. I'm going to get a piece of cake today.
Right.
Cuz this is a piece of cake kind of day. It's okay. It's when it becomes habitual and when it becomes the thing that you're using to
An
self
addiction.
medicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to self medicate to feel better is when it becomes a challenge. But just for the day or for the moment or the season, like for the season, um, there's so many good snacks that you can make though. There's no reason for us to like just be out here. But practice, just practice, plan ahead. That's the best thing I can say is
Yeah.
plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
Yep.
just love on yourself. Don't do self-harm. And if you're not sure, then you need to ask somebody close to you, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Is this, you think this is cool, or if this is self-harm? If you're not sure, ask.
Mm-hmm.
But doing stuff
Yeah.
that is fun around this time is important. Getting outside is like uber duper duper important.
Yep.
Fresh air.
Making your own,
Yeah.
changing traditions, making your own traditions. We
Hmm.
talked about early on about the pressures of spending money. Um, and I know what we've done in my family is we will do a grab bag, but we've focused more on family games
Hmm.
with maybe prizes. And
Hmm.
it's so amazing. And I can't even begin to verbally express the experience of having young adults and teenagers and everybody participate in games and having fun that way. And the focus now is not on the gift giving. It's
Yes.
on having fun with each other if that's your family dynamic. And so another way is to swap handmade gifts, swap, whatever, keepsakes. It's so many things that you can do
And a
to
potluck for like Thanksgiving, one person doesn't have to do all the pieces, all the meal. You can do potlucks and
bring
to help
dishes.
with
Hmm.
cost.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yep.
I'm
But
sorry,
if,
that just popped in my head.
yeah, but if that's not your flavor and you want to be by yourself, as Stephanie said, give yourself permission and do that.
Hmm.
Do that. Or invite just a small circle of people over. And if, whatever, you get to do the holiday the way you want.
Hmm. We give you permission.
You get to do it the way you want to do it. You know,
Hmm.
we come from a society where we have to have permission for things. Just about everything needs permission, and and you can just do it.
Hmm.
Nobody has to give it to you. You get to take it. If that's what you want to do, you get to do it. And we find that even in therapy, people will ask questions so that they can get permission.
Get permission.
What
Hmm.
do you think? Well, what should I do? And when we say,
Hmm.
well, what do you think? What should you do?
Hmm.
And then it's
And
almost
nothing that we do is forever. It's not
right.
etched in stone. You can decide to do this today, and you can always change your mind. Next year, I'm not doing that. That was not fun. We're not doing that again. You get to change your
Mhm.
mind. Nothing is so permanent, and we live in a society now that we know things are
Mhm.
changing so fast, and we've held on to traditions so long, but it doesn't work. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
work. It creates the word that came to my mind is retard. Like it makes us, it
stifle
stunts
stuff,
our growth,
stifle.
stifle,
Mhm, mhm,
stunts. It stunts
mhm,
our growth and our moving forward and our innovation, our creativity. We get on a lazy brain who
mhm.
just do the same old things and the same, and so for those of us who are that may struggle with holiday blues and this time of year with the sun, everything, yeah, permission is to just choose you.
And do what you wanna do.
Do what you want. Choose
Yeah,
you. This is your life and you get to live it the way you want to, and you get to change your mind about what you decide to do today. Like if you don't want to do that tomorrow, then
do
I
something else.
changed my mind. Yeah, do something else.
Mhm.
Do something else. I hope this is freeing and liberating from even one person.
Yes,
Um, that
yes.
that
Please let us know in the
there that
comments if you've learned something, if this was helpful to you, and any ideas
mhm,
that you might have in,
mhm.
this holiday for those who may be experiencing holiday blues. Please do.
Yeah, and crafts. I don't know if anybody else does
Oh my
crafts
gosh, I love
anymore.
crafts.
I do too. Crafts and sewing. My one of my
Coloring.
clients, yeah, she said, I'm gonna make me a shirt. I said, you have a sewing machine? She's like in her 20s. She's like 29. And she was like, I'm gonna sew me a shirt. I'm gonna make me a shirt. Some simplicities, easy see and sew a blouse or
Mhm. I
whatever.
remember, and that's an
I
old pattern.
know,
That's an old
I
company.
know, I know.
Like,
And
that
she's
is
got
high
one.
school.
She's and she's got a finger sewing machine. I forget where she said she inherited or something. And it's not an older one though. It's like one that's maybe 15 years old. So it's
Mhm.
that's kind of new.
Right.
Um, but I was just impressed. Well, we
Yeah.
got two sewing machines. Nobody's using them, but I was just impressed that she understood to sew. You know, she sews, and she's like in her 20s, and so I was super impressed. That people
Tap into
still
your
know.
creative side.
Mm-hmm.
Tap into your
Yeah.
creative side.
Something fun. Yeah. Or discover what it is. Learn something new. Take a class. I know with Corona, you can do stuff on the videos though, because I started doing
Absolutely.
yoga online and it's different, but you can do things via the video too. My
Yeah.
parents in their 70s and 80s are doing gardens and hanging up shelves all from YouTube.
Mhm.
YouTube is their
Yeah.
university. They do everything from YouTube. So there's a lot of fun things that can be done during this time. My desire would be that whoever this message is for, that this be the year that you just go at it and that this not be like any other year possible. Like if you are typically not having a good time during October, November, and December and January, it is my prayer that you be encouraged and get the permission that we're giving you to just choose you and have an amazing holiday season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to, we are, we got a few more minutes. Two things I want to just, so if you know Stephanie and I, you know that when things pop in our heads, that's what we say, that's what's coming out. So, so I wanted to congratulate Antoine because Antoine is on live with us right now, and he reached a
Hey, Antoine.
business for himself, and he reached another level in his business. So I'm excited
Okay.
about that and want to celebrate him. And then have,
Congratulations.
I want to say, since we on our live, and I know it's tomorrow, but happy Veterans Day. I do know
Happy
that
Veterans Day.
I have more veterans on, so happy Veterans Day and thank you for your service. So
Thank
I want to
you.
say that because that was on my mind right now. Um, and please share this video with anyone that you know, everyone that you know.
Yes.
Share, have watch parties. Um, I just want to know in the comment section, any ideas that anybody else. I want to hear from other people. Hey, Antoine, he said, "Hey, peeps," and I want to hear from other people, your ideas of or what you might do special for the holiday. You're welcome,
Mm-hmm.
Antoine. What you might do special for the holiday, that might be helpful because we are here sharing this information with you, but we do not take for granted that you guys put your time in here, and you might have something to say that can be shared with and helpful
Please.
to other people. So please
Mm-hmm.
put in, in the comments section things that you might do that may be helpful to someone else for the
Mm-hmm.
holiday. Drop it down for us. Drop it down for us. Don't be shy. Go ahead and drop it in the comment section for us. Do not be shy, please. This is we want this to be a dialogue, not a monologue.
And if
Well,
anyone has any ideas of what they do to manage anxiety, um, leading up to whatever the holiday brings for you, um, those ideas are warranted too. And you can give them to us throughout the next 4 week, 5, 6 weeks that we got going on in 2020.
oh,
Um,
Stacy, thank you. I love that. Stacy said, and I love this one: purging and donating.
I like that.
Really good season for that. Purging
Hmm.
and donating. And it's good to do that, and it's also for yourself is very freeing to free
Hmm.
up some of your space. So you feel good about giving the things, but you also feel good about freeing up your space.
Yes, for the new stuff.
Yes, 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 yes. Free. Well, I don't
For
know about
increase.
said for the new stuff.
For what?
Yes, yes, yes. Wait, no, I don't know about for new stuff.
For the increase. I mean,
Yeah. Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
know. The cycle that goes for me is the minute I empty it out, something else comes in. I
Oh yeah,
guess life, abhors a vortex, so it just happens. But it's better than piling it on. So,
right. Which
if
I would probably do if
you didn't
like
purge,
give away 10, bring 15 in. That's my problem. I know, Stacy, right? Get rid of 10 things, I'm bringing 15 in. No, but I do have a rule. I do have a rule, and the rule is that when you bring something in, you need to take
yeah,
something.
go through that. Yeah, something has to go. It
Something has
does.
to go.
Oh my goodness, I'm like that about everything.
Yes.
Refrigerators,
Yes.
socks.
Right. Antoine says, "Don't be afraid to do something different." Like you stated, music helps me a lot. Watch
Oh,
older movies, television programs to take me to the simpler times. Yes, and Antoine
mm-hmm. That's so
loves
good.
older movies, and I love listening to him talk about the older movies that he likes to indulge in. Stacy said, "Too much shopping." I know, I know. It's like we all want this empty counter where there's nothing, but we all want to shop, and that keeps us from having this empty counter. And I talk about the counter because it's like stuff on your kitchen counter, on your desk at work, or your home office
Mhm.
have so much stuff. But I like that purging and donating.
I love
Um,
that purging and donating.
mhm. Watching old movies. Stacy said, "I love old wholesome programming." Yes.
Hmm.
Yep. Old
A
movies,
Christmas Story.
Christmas stories.
That's my favorite. Hmm.
We would go to the movies for the holiday. We make it a point before we eat. We go to the movies, or we go the day after Thanksgiving, and it's always normally a Christmas movie. If there's a new one to come out, so we'll have to do that on TV, or online,
Yeah.
since we have COVID. But that's another thing. I love a good Christmas movie, and I love when they come out around the holiday time. So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
something that we were traditionally doing, and now I guess we'll have to host a watch party and do it from our own homes this year. Sounds like a plan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you all for jumping on and getting in here with us and dialoguing and listening to what we had to bring to the table. Again, our disclaimer is that we don't profess to know everything. We are not diagnosing anything, unless you call into our offices and come in for an appointment. So, all of this is just us sharing from our expertise, but also from our
Yeah.
experience, our own journeys. So, I hope we helped someone today. Please share this. Please share this. Please share this. We're a little early today. I want to end just a little bit because our holiday is going to be a little bit different for us this year. My youngest daughter lost her puppy yesterday. She got away and she got hit by a car. So my daughter's really sad, and the holidays is going to be a little different for her. But we're prayerful because God is good and He's always good. So you guys keep her in your prayers as well. So we it's so funny how life happens. Like Stephanie and I always talk about how we either have clients with experiences that we've had, or something happens. And so I'm going on this live to talk about holiday blues, right? And we talked about
Right.
this 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But I never
Right.
did I think that holiday blues might be at my door when we were coming
Hmm.
up with this topic 2 weeks ago. So anything that we do and we share with you guys is very helpful for us as well.
Oh, absolutely. I always. I mean, life is a ton of synchronicities if we are paying attention and aware. There are always
Yeah.
synchronicities going on, and God has got us
Hmm.
every time. So yeah, it's no coincidence. There are never any coincidences
No.
in my humble.
Right. There are no coincidence. God is in control. I am Michelle Bird. Heads Up Mental Clarity. You can find me on Psychology Today under Michelle Bird. You can find me on Facebook, Michelle Wallace Bird. I am also under Chicago, www.chicagocompasscounseling.com. That's my private practice. I'm here on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Mrs. B LPC. So you can find me several ways. Inbox me, my phone number 773-732-0073. And if you need services or anybody that you know needs services, please don't hesitate to inbox or call me. And where can we find you, Steph?
Um, Psychology Today, Instagram, SM. Stephanie is S. McCain, MFT, Marriage and Family Therapist on Instagram. Facebook, of course, is Stephanie Stevens McCain. And then I'm at www.lamplightcounseling.com. And any of us can, and that's Lamplight in Independence, Ohio. And that's where my private practice is.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining us. We did this with 4 minutes to spare. So we're going to give you guys 4 minutes
Hey,
of your time back. Thank you guys so much. And please drop any ideas. I think next time we may be talking about rejection. Somebody asked us about
yes,
that. So,
yeah,
and that's in 2 weeks. We've decided to postpone and we'll change the timing. So instead of 6 o'clock, we meet at 6:30, and instead of every Tuesday, it's going to be every other Tuesday. So in 2 weeks from today, we will be talking about rejection. So please, please, please share this, get the word out, and get the people in. Thank you guys for tuning
thank
in.
you.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Namaste.
All right. Bye bye.
It turned